Hi, Chuck Cooper with PreServe Resources. We're delighted to be here at Virginia International Raceway today for several reasons. First of all, it's great fun and very exciting. And also, we get to team up with our new friends at the Department of Energy and power them up with some solar energy for their green racing simulators here. And we have the good fortune of talking to PT Jones, who's here with the Department of Energy, and we'd like to learn a little bit about what you're doing here.
Sure. Well, I actually work with the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, and about 8 years ago, Argonne National Laboratory, one of our partners, got a phone call from some folks at the EPA, and they passed this information on to the ALMS, and they kind of said, hey, you know, we're going to look at this from the standpoint of, we know development's going on every day, we can do things in racing that you can't do anyplace else. Let's see what we can bring to the table that really starts to exemplify the fact that it doesn't have to be, you know, using petroleum. They can be looking at ways that are going to really expand upon how racing can accelerate the development of on-road vehicles. Now, this particular simulator just highlights what Argonne has done by hybridizing one of the cars in the game. So this is an outreach portion of what we do. So you're going to come in, you get to drive the simulator. It runs on E85, which is actually a mapped engine performance, again done by Argonne National Laboratories. And they put that into the game so that the car actually acts just like it would running on E85, just like the GT cars that run for the ALMS. Now, in addition to that, one of the scientists there added in the ability to take the physics behind how much energy is used in each braking corner, and they reapply, or they allow you as a driver to reapply that whenever you want. That's the same technology that Porsche used in their GT3R hybrid that they raced unclassified here in the ALMS the last couple of years. Very similar technology went to the Audi e-tron that won Le Mans this year. And I was just informed of recently that Dyson Mazda is also running a similar system in their LMP car this weekend. Wow. So you could actually see that on the track. So this is about part of the outreach, and then the green racing effort. We go in and we've been very fortunate to work with Michelin and with the LMS to try and make sure that all the fans understand it. But beyond that, they're making sure that the rules or the guidelines set up for the rules allow for the car companies to bring different technologies to the track. That's really what excites those guys as OEMs, because then they can take their latest, their greatest, showcase what happens on the track. The fans see it, they understand that it's not all boring driving. Right. It's things about how can we be more efficient, how can we do more with what we have, and in particular for performance balanced racing, which you have here in the ALMS, you know, every little bit counts. And if you can run that extra couple of laps, and typically, as I guess I should probably point out the fact that, I don't know if you can get to the shot or maybe you can get it a little bit later, there's a formula that's worked. It's the same formula that we run to get the simulator score, is the same formula that they use to calculate the green racing score, and then they award the Michelin Green X Challenge every weekend, and the Green Challenge Award is awarded by the DOE and the EPA, our partners, at the end of the season for the manufacturers who perform the best.
PT, I gotta ask you, what's your best time on the track?
We were just arguing about this a little bit ago. I actually ran it a lot more when we first were developing it. Now it seems like when I can come on the weekends. But I was able to pull a 228 or so. But the most important thing for me was it was a sub 5 score on the green racing score. Wow. And again, that's a balance of your speed, how much petroleum you use, and how you balance your driving. So if you come out here and you pop into a lot of cars, not that we ever want to see that on the track, but in here that you waste a lot of energy. Whereas instead, if you hit the brakes, you recoup some of that energy, and then you can apply it back wherever you want to.
I got to tell you, I was on it yesterday. I think I spent more time off-roading than on-roading, but I can say no spectators were harmed.
Well, we've been very fortunate in that regard too, and then the ALMS provides such a great show, and to add into it and be as passionate as they are, to partner with us and to really push the avenues in green racing, bringing in diesel motorsports back in 2008, I believe, with Audi, and that, you know, even there, Audi pushing the diesel for a long time, as did Peugeot. They made it very clear to the Audis and Peugeots that they could see no visible smoke. Okay. So this was part of they weren't going to come and have dirty, smoky, you know, loud diesels. The cars came and they ran, I believe, I think it was Sebring was one of the first practice areas, and nobody could believe it. They were much quieter than any of the other competing cars, and they were completely clean as far as visible smoke. So
that is so cool.
Big pluses.
Well, what do you think about our photovoltaic power?
Well, you know, this is the first time we've been truly sustainable, and this is really a big win for us. As I mentioned, Aline put it on the blog. We are happy to hear that you guys had enough, and apparently you have more than we can possibly use here. The simulator trailer just runs a couple of games and a few computers that sit on top of that, and of course the monitors. but having the photovoltaic is a fantastic green avenue for us to look at.
Well, that's great. I hope we can do this at some more races.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can follow you around.
Well, you know, we do have the opportunity at Road Atlanta for Petite at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We have a green zone where they bring in vehicles from other fleets, CNG fleets, clean diesel fleets. I think Clean Cities Atlanta is going to be there this year. I think last year it was Clean Cities Georgia, but you know, there's 2 regions down there.
Yeah.
The EPA comes and joins us. They have a booth set up. They talk about the different pieces of green racing that really impact them. And of course, now with the CO2 regulations in place, every time you talk about efficiency, that drives down your CO2 per mile, and that's really what the OEMs are going to be faced with, you know, coming for the 2025 regulations. So,
wow. So cool.
It's relevant here on the track, and then relevant for the street, and that's why everybody likes it.
We're so pleased with what you're doing. This is very exciting.
Well, we're happy to be a part of it, and it's a really big effort.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's do some more.
All right, we'll do.
All right. Hi, this is Chuck Cooper with PreServe Resources, Danville, Virginia. We are very excited to be at the Virginia International Raceway. We're really excited to be partnering with them for this really historic race. We're also excited to be providing solar energy power to the Department of Energy and EPA Green Racing Driver Training Simulation exhibit. That's been a really cool project to work with, and we're just excited to be here and to be a part of this experience.